Welcome back to Public Affairs on Peach. I'm Tracy Hutchins. Well, today we're going deeper into Tuesday's vote on Marta expansion in Gwinnett County. My guest now is Brian Robinson from Go Gwinnett. Brian, welcome.
Glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit more about Go Gwinnett. That may be, an organization not familiar to everyone.
Well, it wouldn't be because it's brand new.
Okay.
It was created specifically to advocate for a yes vote in Tuesday's referendum, and it is a collection of community leaders, business leaders who are concerned and want to invest in Gwinnett's future.
And we do want to talk a little bit more about the rail service as well as bus routes too. So approval of this measure, it would extend rail service from Doraville up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard in Norcross. The question is, when we're talking about light rail, how long would that take?
Well, that's heavy rail, and it would take 10 to 15 years. But once we get it out there to 85 and Jimmy Carter, it's going to be a multimodal station. So it's going to be a huge hub where a lot of buses are coming in. You're going to have bus rapid transit coming in, other buses coming in, getting onto the train. And the important part about that station, that multimodal hub, is it's going to finally get rail out beyond Spaghetti Junction. Right now, thousands, literally thousands of Gwinnettians get in their cars every day and drive to the Doraville or Chamblee Marta stations, having to get on the road, take up space there, and fight congestion before they can even get on the rail. This will alleviate a lot of that.
Taking all that traffic off the road.
Taking off the road, exactly.
So Gwinnett, certainly a very large county. We've covered it extensively. How long is there a possibility of extending it beyond that location too? Extending rail beyond that so we could take even more commuters off the road?
The contract that will be approved on Tuesday, hopefully, just goes to 85 and Jimmy Carter. That's the contract. But the plan envisions even more. Now, this contract provides Gwinnett with a lot of flexibility. One thing that's unique here in this is that the people of Gwinnett will be able to decide what services they get. They'll be able to decide what extensions of services there are in the future. So once this gets up and running, if the people of Gwinnett, or if the revenue's coming in, the federal matching funds are coming in, the fare box has been really fairly healthy, then if they feel like that there's a economic case for extending it up to Gwinnett Place Mall, where that is now on Pleasant Hill, that's certainly a possibility. And I think, hey, dream big. One day you should be able to leave your condo in Midtown, get on a train, and go see a show at Infinite Energy Center on the train, get back on and come home. That would be a long-term dream. But here, Gwinnett has the flexibility to determine. If it's not what is needed in 30 years, they don't have to do it. But the plan is in place if that's what will work.
And Brian, talk to us a little bit about buses, because this plan also includes bus routes as well, extending those.
It greatly expands the bus routes. A lot of interesting things. Almost immediately, the people of Gwinnett are going to see a significant increase in service. So that means bus routes happening much more regularly, maybe going from 30 minutes to 15 minutes, so you're waiting less. People have more options. And we know, as you said in your introduction, that if people have more options, that they will be more likely to take it. You know, for example, the express bus services that Gwinnett has now, there's no stopping. They go straight from the park and ride lots into work centers in Fulton and DeKalb. And some people don't take them because, hey, what if they have to get back home in the middle of the day for an emergency? So this will provide more robust options that will be able to fill those gaps and make it much more alluring for commuters. So 60% of people in Gwinnett commute to jobs in other counties. So this is a huge workforce issue.
And Brian, what would you say to those people who say, you know what, in some 30 years from now, when I could actually see this come to fruition, I'm not going to be around, but I would be paying that extra 1% sales tax now, who say, you know what, I don't want to get on board with this.
You know, the people of Gwinnett have built a successful county because they have invested in the future, not just investing in today. They invested in water infrastructure, they invested in roads, they invested in world-class schools that they're all very proud of. This is the next big investment in the future. This is for not just this generation, but future generations. But look, even people today will benefit from this. Look at Snellville, where they have a micro-transit option. People can get on an app and a bus comes to their house and picks them up. That's great for people with disabilities, people who are elderly, but also just regular people who need to get to the dentist or to a job. You know?
You say vote yes.
I say vote yes.
Brian, thank you. From Go Gwinnett, Brian Robinson, we appreciate your time
Thank you,
today.
Tracy, for doing this.
Well, you had better believe Gwinnett County's business community will be watching Tuesday's referendum. More on that when Public Affairs on Peach returns.